There we go. Welcome to the first ever Awkward Uncles podcast. I'm Uncle Joey,
I'm Uncle Chris.
and so we're here just to we're here to say hello, everyone. Like I said, I'm Uncle Joey. Then with me, as always, is Unky Chris. I want to welcome you to the Awkward Uncles podcast. We're two average dads, uncles, best friends, just to discuss crap that's on our minds.
I think we explain life poorly.
And we do a good job at it. We're just here for entertainment purposes. We're just going to talk about shit that's on our minds and what we want to talk about, when we want to talk about it. We'll talk sports, our kids' sports activities. We'll talk about some professional sports, not doing anything political. Keep politics out of it because it creates too many enemies. We might throw in a little conspiracy theory shit here and there, just to have some fun with it and, go from there. So, Chris, what's on your mind for today, bud? I'll tell you what, tell the fans a little bit about yourself.
Well, thanks for asking. I'm 6'2", currently married, and have twin boys who are 14. All three of our boys play travel hockey in general, just hockey all over the state of Florida. That's how we ended up meeting. And we think hockey is one of the best sports there is. I think team sports for any kid is beneficial because it teaches them life lessons they'll need in life, winning, losing, things like that. A little bit about me. We love sports. We love pop culture. Just things to lighten the mood.
Nice. Monkey Chris, everybody.
Thanks. Thank you.
All right.
So who are you?
I'm Monkey Joey, as the kids lovingly call me in the hockey ice rink world. His kids, other kids. I'm Joe, jack of all trades, master of none, as they call it. I help this guy out with crap around his house that he can't do. Like fix his refrigerator, those kind of things. Married, wife, kids, hearing aid specialist, golf professional, love comedy and love the opportunity to bring here some comedies, express some of that with having some fun and get to do it with my good buddy, Hunky Chris here. So I think we'll have a lot of fun. I keep bringing up fun. That's the essence of the show, I think.
Yeah, because I don't think we take anything too seriously. I think life's too short to take things too seriously.
You're not kidding.
Just have fun, live every day like it's time. I think time's the biggest thief, so enjoy it while you got it because you never know when you don't have it. So just have fun, make someone laugh, make someone have a better day than you're having.
That's it. All right, so let's start off with some fun. Let's talk about some of our top five. So we talked before on a side note, kind of getting prep for this. Let's talk the top five awkward uncles of pop culture.
I think I have a good five.
You got a good five?
Yeah.
I can only come up with like two, possibly three. I thought I was thinking of three on my way over here. So my number three would be Uncle Frank from Home Alone.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever think about that one?
No, I didn't have
that. That was a good one. Kevin, you little jerk.
That's one of my favorite lines of the movie.
Or in the second one, when he's taking a shower and Kevin's sitting there recording him, audio recording him, by the way, taking a shower. Get out of here, you little pervert.
He's a good uncle.
Or he's stealing the crap on the plane. That's real crystal. Put it in your purse. Really made zero sense to me. But I'm like, all right, cool. So that's my number three. Who you got?
I mean, the one uncle that was just kind of creepy in general, but for no real reason, I did Uncle Fester.
Oh,
from Addams Family.
Addams Family, that's a good one.
Just kind of a creepy guy. Didn't really serve a purpose other than just to be weird.
Yeah, but the whole Addams Family was weird.
Fair enough.
It's true. But, Fester, he was kind of like that, he was that weird, fun uncle that the whole family kind of looked forward to seeing. Even Gomez like, Fester, my brother, Yeah, I like that one. That's a good one.
Who else you got?
I got Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite. He could throw a football a country mile. If coach put him in, they would have won state. He would have went pro. Life would have been different. Yeah. Rico was weird. I thought the funny part was when he took the steak off of Kip's plate, just winged it. I saw somewhere, I think there was another podcast or something that they interviewed the kid that, was it Rico? Not Rico. What was the little Hispanic kid's name?
Pedro.
Pedro. Yeah. Where they interviewed that actor that played Pedro. And they said after he whacked him with the steak, Pedro got on the bike and rode off, but he had to ride off because he was laughing hysterically from Napoleon getting hit in the face with the steak. I thought that was hysterical.
I've never seen that whole movie all the way through.
Are you kidding me?
No.
It's like so stupid, funny, and good.
My boys have watched it. I'm like, I don't get it.
It's one of those movies that it's absolute nonsense, but it's nonsense in the best form.
Gotcha.
And they had like stupid low budget for it, and it made stupid money.
I think you hit stupid on the head with it.
It's gotta be. Thank you.
My number two creepy uncle. I think he's perfect because what did he do? That was Uncle Jesse. Not Uncle Jesse. Well, Uncle Jesse, but not the Uncle Jesse you're thinking of.
Not from Full House?
No,
Different Uncle Jesse?
different Uncle Jesse.
Uncle Jesse from where?
Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
What was he doing with Daisy all the time?
You know, that's kind of the niece.
Is it?
So
I don't know.
supposed to be?
They were in the South.
Yeah, but they were in West Virginia.
She did wear her Daisy Dukes. And he was with her an awful lot.
She had a badass Jeep Renegade. Open top. I don't know.
He was always after something.
I don't know. He's always giving you that evil doing.
It was a little creepy though. I love the kid show as a kid. I think I had that big wheel growing up.
You had a Dukes of Hazzard big wheel?
I did.
Did they have big wheels when we were kids?
They did.
Oh no, I'm thinking of Power Wheels. Yeah, the big wheel. I had the Knight Rider big wheel.
I had Dukes of Hazzard, Chips.
You had a Chips big wheel too?
Yeah. I might have had a Knight Rider one too, because I think it had a different steering wheel.
Yeah, it had, yeah, because it wasn't even a steering wheel. It was like a handlebar, like a motorcycle handlebar kind of thing. And then it had the swishy thing that went across the front. Of course, it was just a sticker. It didn't actually work. But I think the front part like would pop open and you could see it. That's what I can remember.
I think big wheels are on the list of things our kids will never know what they are.
True. Yeah, now they got like little shift cart things that'll like spin around and do donuts and stuff on. Yeah.
Who's your number one?
I got I got Uncle Joey from Full House.
That's my number one as well.
Yeah, hey, cut it out. Yeah, Dave Coulier. But we're just talking about his character, not about him. I don't know the guy.
I don't know the guy either. But
yeah,
he liked puppets a lot, and the puppet always liked wood.
Check.
Yes, that was a little odd. And he was always happy when the girls came in the room. That puppet. I don't know.
Yeah, Woodchuck liked wood.
And the fun fact about him, he wasn't even an uncle.
That's true. Wasn't he not?
No, he was Danny's best friend.
Just the best friend. That's right.
He was helping out.
Because Jesse was Danny's wife's brother. Right. So at least that was a legit uncle.
Joey was just there to help out.
He was just a guy.
Just a guy living creepily amongst a house full of girls.
It's kind of weird about Joey too, is that he had like a girlfriend here and there, but he never married anybody.
Just that puppet who lived in the basement.
Because Jesse ended up with what's her face, Rebecca, right? They had twins. It's very strange, and they ended up in the attic.
What's going on in that house?
I don't know. They converted every room into some other room. It was weird. Didn't Jesse and Joey like share the basement at one point in time?
Did they?
I thought they did, didn't they? Weren't they roommates down there?
I probably know the puppet was probably involved in the puppet.
Good possibility.
That said wood.
It's a good possibility of that. Good possibility of that.
Awesome.
All right. So
it's a good list.
It was a good list. Did we have 5? I think
3.5.
I think collectively we had 5.
Probably, yes.
Yeah. Because all right. So to recap, you had Uncle Frank, Uncle Rico. You had Uncle Jesse from Dukes of Hazzard. Then we both had Uncle Joey. Is it 4? Oh, Uncle Fester's. There's 5.
5 uncles.
We got 5 uncles.
Sweet.
5 awkward uncles. Starting off the Awkward Uncle podcast. That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
I'll take it. What else you got?
Well, like I said, the week. So we started off, we just had the 2006 Winter Olympics.
That was the 2026 Winter Olympics.
You're right. 2020. So what is it? 2006?
You're 20 years behind.
So, I like to live in the past. Not always. Not really. 26 Winter Olympics. USA wins gold for the first time in 46 years. What's your take on it?
I liked it. Liked it a lot. I don't like how political it became all of a sudden.
Yeah.
It can't just be about sports. But I just feel like the fun police were out for one reason or the next. But I enjoyed watching the women win. That was really cool because they beat Canada to start it off. And then it led into the men's game. I think everyone knew it was going to overtime. And I was happy Jack Hughes got it. We're big Jack Hughes fans. So him getting that goal was perfect.
Very fitting. You've seen that whole thing about the Miracle on Ice team with the Jack Hughes that got cut?
Yes, that was.
46 years later, there's a Jack Hughes that has the game-winning goal.
It's almost like it was scripted.
It's a very, very, very cool foreshadowing, if you will. Almost like it was. Yeah, it was. That's pretty neat. I think maybe Austin Matthews got a little bit of a monkey off his back for that.
Yeah, I still don't like him because he plays for Toronto, and happy for him. But
happy for him as an American.
Yes,
but
he needs to get off the Maple Leafs and go anywhere else and finish his career. And I don't like how Canada was so upset over us when for the first time in 46 years. Like, move on. Like, I get it. Like, you're upset and you wanted to cry about it. Even Coop, who I like because he's got us a couple of cups here in Tampa, like, he seemed a little sour afterwards. Like,
the whole argument is that, it's not hockey. 303 is not hockey. But here's the thing. Our kids play tournament hockey, right? You get the rules of the tournament before the tournament begins. So you know going into it that if overtime happens, it's 3-on-3.
Sure.
You know it.
But if you won, you wouldn't have heard a thing.
Right. You wouldn't have heard a thing. Maybe USA would have bitched. That's not real hockey. 3-on-3 is not. Who knows? But you know what? It went in our favor. That's it.
It is what it is.
It's water under the bridge. We got the gold. They got silver. You know, I still look at it as it's the Olympics. You're an Olympian. You medaled. Gold, silver, bronze. You medaled. It's still pretty. I mean, Finland got bronze, right? In the men's.
Yes.
So, I mean, they're still Olympic medalists.
The only thing that's weird to me about the silver is you don't win it.
I guess in this sense, in a team sport, you're right. You don't necessarily win it.
Like if we're running a race, I came in second. I feel good about it.
Yeah.
I did my best, but
Right.
I just feel like you lose the goal to win the silver. I don't know for time and structure, they would never do it, but I almost feel like the loser of that game should play the winner of the third place game for the silver, and then loser gets bronze. Because I'd almost rather win a bronze than lose to a silver. But then you don't have the chance to win a gold, but I don't know.
I guess that kind of makes sense because then, like, yeah, that's a deep thought.
But Finland and Canada should play for the silver, and then the loser of that game gets the bronze. So that's a tough pill to swallow, to lose a gold medal game, then turn around and play for the silver.
Be like, no, we're gonna win the silver, damn it. Yeah, that would be tricky. That would be very tricky.
Because even in tournaments where we've come in second, you get a medal and you feel good, but at the time, your kid's not happy.
No, I mean, there's been times where my son is like, you know, come in second place. He goes, "Thanks for the participation trophy." I'm like, bro,
I'm like, there was 8 teams in this tournament. Like,
right?
you still played well. I didn't. Show up with the other medals.
I will say, and it's probably, I would say, every athlete who plays at whatever level, whether they're playing rec hockey, pee wee hockey, or any sport for that matter, that the player themselves are their own worst enemy. I could have done better. I could have scored a goal. Coach didn't put me in enough time. Buddy, you got a lot of ice time. No idea. There wasn't enough.
And I think it's tough too, because my son also, I have twins. One plays goalie. So he's played in games where he feels like it was his fault because he was on the ice for the game losing goal, or he's lost championship games in overtime. And that's a tough pill to swallow. But it was a 2-0 breakaway. You did what you could do. Your teammate, but he doesn't look at it that way. He's like, I led in the game winning goal. I'm like, well, your team didn't score the game winning goal before that. But same thing. It's like, it sits on there.
It's probably harder on a goalie in this game of hockey than it is any other player, especially as a kid, right? I will say, and I don't know because, you know, he lives with you. He doesn't live with me. But I will say that Anakin does a really good job, win or lose, as far as just kind of going on to the next thing.
Didn't always start that way. I think the first time he lost a playoff game and it was overtime. I mean, it took me an hour to get him out of the locker room. He was just like bawling, crying. I'm like, buddy, there's plenty more games to play. You're only 10. It's okay. But I appreciate your passion, and I appreciate that you do care so much. Even this year in 14, when we lost in the playoffs, he was bummed for a good few hours. I'm like, your team just stunk in general. It wasn't just you. I'm like, but he puts it on himself that he's got to be the Vassy or the Hellebuck or the whoever back there to like stand on your head and snatch one. And it's not always that easy.
It's got to be the granite wall.
I always think of like an impromptu list of like tough positions in sports. I think goalies up there because they feel like they're responsible.
Oh, yeah.
I field goal kicker who misses the game winning in the game, and then maybe a pitcher in the ninth who gives up a home run to lose the game. That's like, you feel the pressure on you, but when you look back, well, I don't know if your team would have scored more points when it come down to that, or there's always things that happen before that pinnacle point, but everyone remembers that thing. And I think that's what goalies do, is they remember that thing that cost the game, but they forget about the 59 minutes before that thing happened, or the plays that weren't made.
Hey, you're not wrong. But it's kind of like going on the same lines of like, do you remember who lost the Super Bowl?
Nope.
Except for, I think the notorious Super Bowl losers are the Bills. 4 years straight. Scott Norwood, you know, wide rider, whatever it was. You always remember that notorious 4 stretch. You also got to give them credit too, because they went 4 years straight to the Super Bowl. It's like they were the best AFC team 4 years in a row.
Unreal. Couldn't finish the job.
Unreal.
But I think sports are great because it lets you focus on something other than the crazy world that's out there. I think that's typically the one collective thing everyone agrees on, is like when you're in a sports arena, no one cares who's who or what's what. You just want to high five the person next to you and celebrate, or chirp the person down the row from you, and it's all in good fun, and then you move on. That's what I think sports are good for. And I think having our kids in sports since they were little, it's instilling values for whole life, hopefully.
Yeah, I think so. I think our kids got pretty good heads on their shoulders for the most part. I mean, Yeah, they are 13, 14 years old. They're going to do dumb shit, and that's that. As long as they do it together and don't get arrested, then I'm okay with it. Just having fun, having a good time.
But overall, I found the Olympics, other than hockey, I think the Winter Olympics are just not as fun as the summer.
I don't know. I could argue that. And the funny thing is that, my wife, she loves the Olympics, right? And usually the Summer Olympics, we have it all on all the time. So I was doing that with the Winter Olympics. And then she was all like, can we watch something else? And I will say, because, we have streaming service, we don't have Peacock or any of that stuff. So Peacock's got everything going for the Olympics, right? We just have Hulu. That's it. So we just stream, whatever NBC had to offer on Hulu's. 90% of the time, what's on? Curling. I still don't understand the game for the life of me.
No.
We're out and we're watching it, and it's all like, you're sitting there, it's like,
Well, then they switch over to the decathlon of skiing, where it's not even down the hill or fast. It's just people skiing.
Yeah, like cross country skiing, or they're sitting there with the gun.
But in summer, like I won't mind watching some diving and then some competition swimming, and then
You just want to watch a synchronized swimming. Let's get real.
that is pretty fun. But the winter just get kind of boring, I guess. I don't know.
I could watch all the downhill skiing over and over again, and then when they're doing the big air stuff on the snowboard or even the half pipe, but I feel like they didn't give enough TV time to those. Like, I think fun sport, yeah, fun events, fun sports.
Even
Or-
figure skating to a point, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't anymore.
Yeah, and that whole quad god kid or whatever.
Yeah, like they hype you up to watch him, then I watch him. I was like, oh, that was fun. All right, you lost, cool.
Like, all right,
Next.
you did a backflip, cool, and you didn't even place. I mean, what the hell happened? Yeah, I don't know. It was weird. I enjoy the Winter Olympics. Do I enjoy it more than the summer? I probably enjoy them equally, but I think the Winter Olympics is cool because they're doing stuff that it's almost like X Games to a certain degree with the snowboards and the skis and stuff.
The one thing I found crazy was we were watching, I think it was called Big Air.
Yeah.
And this girl, she was from Colorado, not far from, she was from Keystone, where we went and played a Fontaine tournament. 15 years old. Like, she's a year older than our kids. And she's out there, an Olympian, doing 90 miles an hour down a hill, flipping 20 times and landing it. I'm like,
yeah. She probably started when she was 2.
And I'm like,
she could probably ski before she could walk.
And I was just like mind blown. I'm like, this girl's 15.
Yeah.
And she's flying down a hill.
Yeah. And it's like, at what age do you realize this is what I want to do for my life? This is what I want to do as a career. I want to be an Olympian, freaking downhiller, flipping around and landing.
I'm like, how do you even practice that at 10? You don't kill yourself.
Well, it's probably one of those things where they're sitting there during the summer where they've got some kind of makeshift lift or ramp or whatever, and they're just falling into a foam pit.
Right.
It'd be a lot of fun.
I mean, I get nervous watching them play in general, just hockey, let alone going down the hill and jumping where they could miss. And I don't know. It was all the props. So that was cool. I'm like, she was cool. I don't think she ended up winning. I think it was her first Olympics, obviously, and the future's
still what an experience, right?
Wow, cool. Yeah, I spent the winter in Italy as an Olympian. Pretty cool.
It's pretty awesome.
But yeah, the Olympics are fun. They're over with. Hockey's getting ready for playoffs, so that's exciting. I know baseball's around the corner, but I watched part of the World Baseball Classic the other night because I bet on it. And so I was pretty happy about that.
You bet. I can't bet.
I felt out of touch with the baseball. So like, these are the 9 best Americans, and I knew 6 of the names. I was like, wow, I'm out of touch with baseball. What I grew up watching and loving.
Yeah.
Now I only knew 6 of the guys.
Yeah. Baseball was, I mean, I played it as a kid. I never followed it as a kid. I think I watched when the Rays came in '98, and I followed it for that first year, and I got out of touch with it for a little while, and then I kind of would slowly kind of roll back into it. I got into it when they went to their first World Series in '08. I was following it. I was like, knew the players. It was, watching every game at home and everything like that. Then after that, I think I watched it again the following season. It was like, all right, well, you're the AL champs. Let's see what you guys can do the next season. I think they made it to the playoffs and they got knocked out in the first round, maybe. I don't remember. But then I just kind of, baseball.
I think the problem with baseball was 162 games, which is a lot of games.
It's a lot of games.
And then the problem is, if whatever division you're in, AL East or whatever, you play the same team so many times. I'm like, how does hockey and even basketball manage to play every team twice with 82 games?
Well, you got to think of it this way too. So sometimes you're going into a city or the team's coming into your city, you're playing in 3-4 games in a row. The same team.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like you have this mini series. I'm like,
but why can't we have, like, I want to see Ohtani, and he'll never come to Tampa. Like, the Dodgers don't come up to the West. They'll play the Marlins.
Maybe once in a blue moon, right?
But I'm like, why can't every team just play more? Why do we need to play the Blue Jays 14 times here and 23. And the games are just so long. I know they have a pitch clock and whatever now, but I'm just like, and I think the Rays are tough to watch too, because every time you get a player you like, they're gone in the next week.
Yeah, true.
Because they don't want to pay them. They don't want to do anything. I mean, I'm glad they're building the new stadium across the street from Ray J, allegedly. But other than that, I just can't watch a game on TV. It just puts me to sleep.
Yeah, I don't feel like if you build it, they will come philosophy will work in Tampa. I really don't. I mean, I think it's great that they're putting something there by Ray J because it makes sense. You already have the infrastructure there for all the parking and everything. All the people who live by Ray J will just get more parking money in their yards and whatnot. But I don't think you're going to get that big crowd. I mean, what Steinbrenner sits maybe 20,000 people?
No, I don't think it was even that. I think it was like 9 or 10.
That's it.
Yeah, it's tiny.
Did they ever sell it out? Maybe opening day?
Hit or miss, yeah.
Maybe opening day. But all right, granted, it is outdoors, right? The whole thing is outdoors. You got to have an indoor stadium in Tampa for baseball. Otherwise, you'll melt out there. Just melt.
Yeah, nobody wants to sit outside in Florida in June.
No. Like I took the kids, we went up to Boston last year and we took a game at Fenway. It's like, you're in Boston, you got to go to Fenway, right? It was great. It was a night game. It was cool. We were right by the right field foul pole. I mean, it was Fenway. Just a great experience. Old school baseball. I mean, I think Boston lost to the Blue Jays, went on the World Series. But it was fun. Kids had a good time. It was nice and cool out that night. So, I mean, I get it in Boston. I mean, that place is sold out all the time
Right.
just because of the history. Well, you will never have that here.
No.
Just won't grow that way.
And I think if you don't keep marquee play, I think the Rays did okay once they had marquee players and they were winning with attendance, but no one's going to see a bunch of AAA, AA players consistently that are supposed to be in a big league park getting whatever. But yeah, that's, I don't know. I know nothing about anything.
Nothing about anything. So interesting. Our kids' hockey playoffs just ended yesterday. My kid was on the championship team for their 14U rec team. Your kid got second round?
Yep. No, bounce in the first round.
Bounce in the first round.
Yep. It was a tough year. I think this is the first year we haven't made it to the championship game in about 3 or 4 years. So it was a good reality check for them. So good for them.
I feel like, though, I don't know how the spring's going to turn out, whether our director's going to move kids around or whatever the case is, or say, hey, you guys can't play spring because you're officially aged out or whatever the case is. But I feel that next season, spring season, that your team should be right there. The boys' team should be right there.
They should.
You know, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. My kids' team was heavy. It's heavy.
They just had a lot more knowledge. And what's tough about, I think, our age group of 14U is a lot of kids that are good. And I feel like our kids are. Do you go travel? Do you stay? Because we do rec select, high school. And then we play on like travel teams over the summer. But then if you go full-time travel, which a lot of kids do, but then that's tough because now you could probably do a 4-hour show about travel sports for all sports, not just hockey. Is it worth it? Is it not worth it? I mean, I feel like you hear more horror stories out of travel sports than you do success stories. I mean, there's the famous quote for hockey is all roads lead to beer league. So, we know people out and they're playing 20, 30 grand a year to travel their kid around the country to play hockey. And it's like, one, good for you. But two, it's like, wow. It's like, and I got two. And it's not just the money side. It's just the time and the travel commitment.
Yeah, the
2,
sheer
3, 4
logistics
times
of
a
it,
week.
right?
I mean,
Yeah.
Florida traffic isn't the best.
No.
And the rink we would play at, it's an hour away on a good day. And we have to work and school. And getting home at 10:30 at night, it's not realistic. The downside of living in Florida playing hockey, I think, is you don't have multiple rinks or backyards that freeze over or ponds you can play on constantly. And we're in a constant fight with ice time. And there's a ton of kids, but only so many rinks. And that kind of makes travel in any sport. I mean, we have friends whose daughter plays travel volleyball and they pay more than we do for hockey. And all they do is run out of gymnasium somewhere across town.
Yeah, and the crazy thing about volleyball, what do they need for equipment? A ball, shorts, socks, sneakers, and a shirt, right?
And the best part is when they go to their tournaments, they have to pay to get into every single one.
Well, I mean, our boys do too, but at least it's split up amongst the entire team.
No, I'm talking about to go watch your kid. And sometimes it's 25, 35, 40 bucks to get in per person, plus you pay to park.
Oh my God.
So you're paying 120 bucks for a family of 4 to go watch your kid play.
I think I just learned volleyball's a racket. We should start a volleyball league.
The AAA Diamond Express ladies. Sign up now. But I think travel sports, you just hear all the stories for hockey. I mean, we have friends that play baseball and they're like, oh, we paid about 12 grand last year. We traveled down to Miami, but we ended up playing a team in our same neighborhood. I'm like, what? That makes no sense. So it's just it's got to be the biggest moneymaker there is out there. I'm sure there's other things, but
It's probably one of them for sure. But I will say that if you look at, we've got a mutual friend whose son plays AAA hockey, and the quality and the level of hockey that kid is playing is wow.
for sure.
It's just wow.
So that's the thing I
I
think we
get
miss
it at
out
that
on
level.
is keep them here, and it's like there's such a small ceiling because you're playing with kids that have just skated for the first time ever,
Mhm.
and that's rough. Luckily, we have the other teams to kind of balance out that, but the only way your kids I think are going to get better is playing that day in day out with higher level kids because
Yeah.
the speed and the quality much much better.
Well, and then that feeds into them going into high school, right? Because you got high school hockey, kids are a little bigger, a little bit faster, maybe a little bit smarter. The hockey IQ varies when it comes to the high school players because, some of these kids have only been playing for maybe a year or two. And you really think about it, our kids have been at it 4 years, 5 years with actual structured hockey. I mean, Bryson's been skating since he was 4, but I mean, actually playing, structured hockey, it's been like 4 or 5 years.
Right? And same. It's weird how quick it goes because I'll look back at old videos of when they were playing when they were 10 and I thought they were the best ever. I'm like, these kids are terrible.
So bad.
I'm like, so to see the growth, I think is what's been the most rewarding.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I think the reality is we know they're not going to end up in the NHL. But at the same time, I want them to shoot for the NHL.
Mhm.
And anywhere they fall below that, as long as they stay somewhere within the sport.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a million AHL teams and
So
coaching and training. I go, if you're smart, become an agent in the sport, make all the money, not have to do any of the work. I mean, there's ticket sales for teams, there's training staff, there's coaching staff, there's video staff, there's a million jobs within the sport.
it's true.
And if that's what you love to do, I mean, even the guy that does the camps all around the country, he gets what, $500 a head?
Oh, that guy out of Canada?
Yeah.
Yeah. The I train hockey.
Goes from rink to rink to rink.
Yep.
I'll get 50 kids at $500-600 a head, stay in town for 2 days, take the money, go to the next rink and do the same thing. I'm
Yeah.
like, there's a path there. That guy's not hurting.
No, not at all. No, even what was it last year? He had to borrow somebody's skates because his skates got like lost or something like that, or I don't know, something crazy happened. Yeah, unreal, unreal. And I've told my kid Bryson, it's like even if you make it to college hockey, whatever level of college hockey it is, it could be D5000. You're playing somewhere and you have that experience, phenomenal.
That's it.
Do I think our kids will make it to the NHL? Probably not, because the actual chance of that, just the percentages are against us when it comes to that. But if you played any college level hockey, I think that'll be phenomenal.
Which even over the summer when we were at some of these tournaments down south and you see like these AAA programs with NHL player kids on there that are just phenoms and knowing they probably won't make it to the NHL and they have all the access and all the things.
Right.
I know my kid's not that good. And this kid has probably a long shot at it. Nonetheless, I think with any sport too, I think there's a lot of luck that comes involved. I think there's better players out there in every sport than actually make it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a lot of it comes down to hard work and dedication and preparation, but there's also just amount of luck. You got saw by the right person at the right time at the right thing, and then you kind of just got a path. I don't think any professional athlete would tell you they didn't get there without some degree of luck. And I think that's true for music, movies, or anything. I think a lot of it's just sometimes just dumb luck or fate or destiny. You're just on the right path at the right place at the right time.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I think we both do is we look to see what opportunities that our kids could possibly try, right? Like, oh, there's some like the Lightning, they're doing their AAA junior tryouts, right? Am I gonna have my kid try out? No. But the opportunity is there, right? And it's a new AAA team that they're doing in the Tampa Bay area. I think it'd be great just to kind of put them out there and maybe humble them a little bit. Be like, all right, well, this is what it's really like. Do you think you could ever play at that level? If so, great. What do you got to do to get there? Right? Or maybe he's at that level. We just don't know it, and it's like, wow, he was selected. Unbelievable. Didn't know he's that good.
Congratulations, you owe us $20,000.
Yeah, right. Be like, all right, here's the fees for the year. Be like, what's a fee for a jock strap? I thought that was built in. That kind of thing. Anyway. Yeah, youth sports, nuts. Absolutely.
It's fun. And I think what happens, and I've seen more and more and talking to friends in other sports and seeing it, I think the parents are usually the problem, not the kids. Even with the travel world,
Yeah.
I've seen travel programs make or get broken by parents behaving badly.
Mhm.
I mean, we've seen it in our own rink a few times, behaving badly to ruin it for the kids. At the end of the day, I think most kids just want to play and they don't really care where, why, or how, or who. I think some parents make it harder for their kids to succeed because they won't get out of their own kids' way and just let them play.
Exactly.
They worry about the politics and who's who and what's what. And my kid deserves to be on this team more than your kid does. And I'll do whatever it takes. I'm like, what? Just let the kid play hockey. That's all they care about.
That's it. Just let them have fun. Yeah, I think there's a lot of that, or they think their kid is better than what they actually are kind of mindset. And it's like, okay, I get that to a certain degree, but you can't push them upon it, right? I don't know.
I probably take the wrong philosophy. I probably tell my kid he's not good enough more than I tell him that he is good enough. I try to keep him humble. I'll be the first one screaming at him, but I'll praise him privately later.
The reverse psychology role. You suck, you suck, you suck.
Yeah, but parents at the ring too that just constantly pump their kids' tires full of air. And I don't think that's good either.
No.
Like, you want to instill confidence, but
Yeah.
there's a level to where you don't, like, this kid's not the best kid out there. Stop. And he thinks he is. And then he gets out there and gets smoked. And it's like the kid's confused as to why, or why he didn't make a team, or why he's not on a AAA team somewhere. Well, because he's not that good. Sorry. Like, I don't know. I know we all tend to wear rose-colored glasses when it comes to our kids, but at the same time, I think reality checks are big too. Yes, buddy, I want you to make it to the NHL, of course, because I want to retire and watch hockey the rest of my life. But the reality is, even if you're the best of the best, you're not guaranteed to make it.
Well, the other thing too is that, you'll take some of these parents whose kid will have like a great game, one great game, and they base everything off of that one great game. They'll never be able to replicate it, right? Or they never have replicated it. Or they're just like, oh no, you did such good. You don't need to work any harder to get any better. Just keep doing what you're doing. Like, what are you doing to get better?
That's what I try to tell Joan all the time. I'm like, buddy, you got to these guys that make it, like when you watch like the Connor McDavid stories or the Connor Bedard stories or any high level professional athlete, they were never happy with how it finished. They want more and more and more. And when they're not on the ice, they're training off the ice. They're just every day shooting pucks, running a mile, doing the work. Like, it's just a constant grind. I can't push you all the time to do it. You got to want it for yourself as well.
It's all the behind the scenes stuff. It's the stuff that nobody sees that, they put in the hours, like you're saying, and just do the work that no one gives you credit for. You're sweating your butt off and you're putting in the hours in and you're dog tired by the end of the day. And it's like, because you're making the effort. And then the payoff is that now you'll see, maybe you do make it to college hockey. Maybe you do make it to the NHL or the AHL or something of that effect, right? Because you've given a damn and you put in the work and you try to make yourself better.
So I think one cool thing we get to experience here too is that we get to practice where the Lightning practice.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the summer before Cooch had his big season. You would see him every single day at the rink in the summer for 1 hour, working by himself and his trainer. And he would shoot his one-timer from the same spot 500 times, and it would hit the same corner of almost every time.
Yeah.
And then he would do the backhand pass that you see him do all the time. He would do that 200 times. Go to the other side, do it 200 more, and then take another 200 slap shots. And then the next season, he has his best point season ever. And then the next summer, he's back there doing it again.
Yeah.
It's like, good Lord. I'm like, that shows you right there. This guy's one of the top players in the NHL, and he's still here day in and day out, in the work.
Yeah, I saw Pat Maroon give an interview one time, and this is before he retired, and he was still at the Lightning, and he's talking about being at the rink for practice, and he's like, "There's Cooch," and all he's doing is taking the puck off the board. Like, he's having somebody sling the puck around the board, he's just taking it off the board, and either passing it or shooting it just off the board. He must have done like 100 of them in a row, and that's all he does. He just works on that one thing, and then the next day he works on something else, and it's just like, it's a progression. And he does such a good job at it. It's unreal. And then you watch him in the games and it just looks effortless, right? It's just like, I know Cooch is not your favorite guy, but he's good because he's on our team.
If he was on any other team,
you'd hate him even more. But, it's like any of those guys. Like, you look at Ovechkin, you look at Sidney Crosby and the McDavids and all these guys, they put in all the work and you never see it.
No.
Except for, like you said, we've had the experience of being at the rink and, oh, hey, there's Kucherov working. Then Killorn got traded to the Ducks and he's still here working with Cooch. And it's like all these guys want to work with him because they know his ethic and they know what he's capable of doing. And they're like, I want to get better too. It's pretty awesome.
It's good stuff, man. So I don't really have anything else. This was our first episode.
Yeah.
You always remember your first?
You always remember your first. You got a dad joke for me?
I do have better yet,
I got a couple.
I have an uncle joke to end this with.
Oh,
So I got one more fitting.
You want me to give you my dad jokes first? You
Sure.
save the uncle joke for the end?
Perfect.
All right, I got 2.
All right.
Okay. And I stole these off the internet. I'm not going to lie. All right. My wife asked me to stop singing Wonderwall to her. I said, maybe. So the other day I found out my wife was cheating on me. She said, I'll be home in 10 to 15 minutes, Max. My name is Joe.
Who is Max?
I don't know. No idea.
So my uncle joke to end it all with. You ready?
I'm ready. See,
Good.
anticipation's killing me.
What's the only thing worse than ants in your pants? Uncles. That's all we got. If you made it this long, I'm sorry. I
Yeah!
appreciate you.
Awkward Uncles, everybody. Check us out on anywhere you can find a podcast.
We'll be back for episode 2, The Deuce.
The Deuce. Take care.